Hello peoples and popples, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Fiction&Flora, you can call me Flora, and today we're doing another check-in. We are going to try to stay within the 5-ish minute range again, but I have more books this time, so like, we'll see. So last time we talked, at the very end of that video, I gave you a little TBR. I wanted to complete 2 books and get halfway through another. I kind of did that. I did manage to finish the 2 books that I wanted, and then I tried to read another one, DNF'd, and decided to unhaul it, and then I got a few pages into the big one. So let's just get into it. The first one I read is, all of these are physical books. I did not do any audio or ebooks this time. Anyway, the first book I read was Welcome to the Hyunam Bookshop by Hwang Bo-rim and translated by Shauna Tan. The cover of this one is by, the jacket illustration is by Ban Zisu, and the jacket design is by Karen Ballett. Here's that for you. It's very beautiful. So this book is following a woman who did all the things she was supposed to do. She got a good job, she got a good husband, she lived her life, and then she realized this just wasn't working out for her. So we are introduced to her while she is at the bookshop that she ended up opening when she left her old life behind. This entire story just kind of follows our main character, Young-ju, and the different people who come to her shop, the people who work there, the people who are regulars, people who she invites for a brief moment, you know, just people who are influenced by this bookshop and how it really becomes a part of the community. I really like this book because we got to watch all the characters progress in a very nice and realistic way. And honestly, some of the writing, and this is a credit to Shannon Tan as a translator, was just so beautiful. And I was just like, yes. Honestly, I describe this book as nostalgic. It feels like something that I once knew, something that brings comfort but also a little bit of sadness. And like, if you are someone who needs a little bit more action in your books, this might not be for you. But if you like a cozy read that really feels human, highly recommend. The next one I have for you is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This particular edition is translated by George Long, and this is a collection of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor's journals / reflections. There are a lot of different translations of it. This is the one I chose because the cover is just immaculate. Honestly, how could I not? I don't actually know what this painting is. I should look it up. Maybe I will one of these days. Anyway, so like I said, this is Marcus Aurelius's journals and so they all have just different things that he's reflecting on, and I really enjoyed how contemporary some of these ideas are. Like, obviously they're contemporary for his day, but they feel still very relevant to today, including one where he's like one of the very first journals, he's saying who he's thankful for, so he's including his forefathers, the gods, his teachers, and at one point he's like, thank you for teaching me how not to wear my outdoor clothes indoors. And I'm like, you know what, snaps, Twitter would be proud. I really enjoyed this one. I am not deciding to rate it because this is a personal journal. What am I reading? Also, this particular edition, I kind of skimmed the last 2 portions of it. One is a brief biography of Marcus Aurelius, and the other is an introduction to Stoicism, which is his particular school of philosophy that Marcus Aurelius practiced. I skipped those. I didn't skip them. I skimmed those mostly because, one, when I was reading the biography section, it felt a little bit too much like the translator was a fangirl for Marcus Aurelius, and the moment he mentioned that he thought that John Smith was a noble and kind and virtuous person, I was like, okay. And so what I really want to do is read another like biography on Marcus Aurelius, and maybe a smaller book on Stoicism, or even just an article on Stoicism, and then reread this. I think this is something that could be incredibly relevant, just because it is a reflection. It is interesting to see how thoughts that are happening today also happened back then. So the next book I attempted to read is Ararat by Christopher Golden. This cover is designed by Lisa Marie Pompilio, and the photographs were taken from Getty Images and Shutterstock. This book follows a newly engaged couple who, after a earthquake or avalanche in Turkey, go to the mountain Ararat in order to explore a cavern that was discovered. In this cavern, a lot of people are imagining that it might be the ark, the biblical ark, and so a lot of people are trying to do this, and then there is a snowstorm where people get trapped and they realize there's something trapped with them. I got 15 pages into the book and then I DNF'd. The main female character has a lot of characteristics that I do not particularly like in main characters. I do not like main characters who are so career driven that they end up being callous towards their partners. And I feel like, I'm not spoiling this, it's right at the front, and I know a lot of people are fine with that. It's just not for me. So I just decided to, and I was like, and I'm not gonna lie, I spoiled it for myself a little bit because I was like, is this gonna be worth the time? And realizing how it goes, it's not worth the time. I don't want the experience. I'm really disappointed because I did like Christopher Golden's 2022 release, Road of Bones. So realizing I don't like this one kind of sucks, but I will still be planning, I'm still planning to read The House of Last Resort, and hopefully that'll be better. Last but not least, I was planning to get halfway through this book. I did not. I am currently 20 pages into this book, but it's good. This is Praiseworthy by Alexis Wright, and the cover is designed by John Gall. Alexis Wright is an Indigenous Australian author, and this particular book focuses on an Indigenous community in Northern Australia, and it is written in the way of I don't want to call it folklore because that's not what I mean to say, folk history. So it is written as if it is being orally told to you. So it is written as if you are sitting next to someone who is like a respected person in your community, or even just someone you like a lot, and they are telling you the story of Praiseworthy, which is the name of the community. So far, I am enjoying it. I have honestly, I have put enough annotations in here that I was like, I have to be sparing with my tabs or else it'd be all tabbed to who knows what. I am really interested to get more into it. I highly suggest looking it up on Goodreads or Storygraph, whichever you prefer. Currently, it only has 59 ratings on Goodreads, so if you're even mildly interested, maybe pick up the ebook if you're a little bit hesitant to get the physical. Those are all the books I've read so far in last week. I am going to hope to once again try to get 50% into Praiseworthy, and then I also want to get into Dead Tired 2. I'm currently 27% in this. I've been picking it up and putting it down for the last like month or so, but between other reads, and I kind of wanted to like focus on it a little bit this week. This one is written by Raven's Dagger. They have another series that I'm planning to read. So that was the check-in. Here are the stats. So because I did read 2 books and unhaul 1, I have now done 39% of my physical reads, so it's gone up 1%. I did end up buying 2 new ebooks, and I say, so actually I pre-ordered 1 and then I bought another. So I did get 2 new ebooks, which brings my total amount of unread ebooks to 42, which puts me at 52% read of all my ebooks. And overall my total has risen from 41% of read books to 42% of read books. So I'm still making good progress, even though I am kind of shooting myself in the foot by buying more books. This is the stats for this week. Let me know, how is your reading going? Have you read any books that you actually own? Are you interested in any of the books that I told you about? Yeah. See you in the next video.